guys, and welcome back to another video in my 12 Days of Taryn series. Today we are doing my top 10 favorite Christmas movies. There are so many good Christmas movies out there, and I'm sure that some of your favorites may not be in my top 10, so if it isn't, let me know what your favorite is down in the comments below, because I would love to know. I love Christmas movies, and there are still a lot of ones that I love that aren't in this, but my top 10 ones that I own, that I love, are these ones. So if you're interested to see what they are, please keep watching. I'm not really gonna do this in a particular order, but I will save my ultimate favorites for the end. So starting off with A Christmas Carol. This one is a classic. I actually own the book, the original book, A Christmas Carol, by Charles Dickens. This Christmas Carol has Jim Carrey as the voice of Scrooge, which I love Jim Carrey, so I find it really funny. A Christmas Carol is a cult classic movie, but if you haven't seen it, read the book, like there's, you know, various versions of this, like the Muppets Christmas Carol, there's this one, there's a real life one. Basically it's about a man named Ebenezer Scrooge who hates Christmas. He is then greeted by the three ghosts of Christmas past, present and future. He's taken on a bit of a ride, and I'm not going to say any more, but it's sort of one I'm sure you can figure out because it is such a classic. The next one is also another classic, and that's Love Actually. I feel like most young women have probably seen this. There's heaps and heaps of characters, heaps of plot lines, heaps of different interconnecting stories, and it's a good sort of holiday romance. The next one is one that a lot of my friends don't actually know about, so I'm not sure if many of you would know about. This is actually a burnt copy from like 12 years ago or something, but it's called Flight of the Reindeer. This is actually a really good movie. Really good. I mean, it's like a bit old, but it's really good. So it's basically about this man who's obsessed with flying animals. That's what he does for a career. Then he sees a flying reindeer and he becomes obsessed with trying to figure out if what he saw was real and trying to prove that reindeer can fly. And then he basically ends up in the North Pole with Santa, and I won't give much more else away. But it's really good. It tugs on the heartstrings. The next one is such a funny one, and it's Deck the Halls with Danny DeVito. This is like, this movie reminds me a lot of myself. Like, I feel like I would be that neighbor that's like trying to compete with the Christmas lights and like trying to always one-up everyone else because I want my house to be the best. And yeah, this one's a really sort of cheeky, fun kind of movie. Danny DeVito's hilarious. You gotta watch this one. It's basically about, yeah, two neighbors kind of dueling for the best house and all the other things that have come along with it. So another one is Christmas with the Cranks. I actually really love this movie. I make sure I watch all of these, but this one I love to watch every year because it just gets you in the holiday spirit. It's a really good one to watch sort of at the beginning of December, because I feel like it really just like kicks you into gear and gets you ready and feeling festive. It's really sweet and funny, and the characters, I love all of the actors in this. There's some really great actors like Tim Allen, Jamie Lee Curtis, but it's a really good one. Really, how many times do I want to say really? It's good, watch it. The Santa Claus, I mean, how could this one not be in my top 10 favorites? How could this not be in your top 10 favorites? This one is such a good movie. If you haven't seen it, I don't know where you've been for the last 15 years or something ridiculous. This movie's been out for ever, and it's such a good one. So basically Tim Allen turns into Santa Claus. Whoop, spoiler, but it's called The Santa Claus. I feel like the title kind of gives it away, but yeah, he basically accidentally kills Santa Claus and then becomes Santa Claus, such a great film. Like, there's so many quotable lines in this movie, and this one just makes me feel so warm and fuzzy inside and makes me, you know, truly believe that there is a Santa Claus, and it's so good. I love this. Another cult classic to add to the agenda, Home Alone. Come on. Come on, this one's so great. So great, so funny. My Christmas jumper that I own says Merry Christmas, you filthy animal on it, which is from this movie. Macaulay Culkin, super cute in this movie. He's adorable. I mean, he might be a bit creepy looking now, but he's so cute in this movie. And the second one, Home Alone 2, amazing as well. I love that the Home Alone 2 is set in New York, because New York Christmas is just a little bit extra special. But this one's so funny. Like, he's basically, if you haven't seen it, it's called Home Alone. He basically gets left home alone on Christmas. His huge family go on a holiday and leave him behind by accident, and it's all about him and what he gets up to while he's home alone. And in the picture you can see there's like two bad guys. He has some run-in with some mean people, but I won't give too much more away. But this one is so festive and so cute and funny. Love it. Okay, this one I hold really dear to my heart. I remember my mother showing me this when I was little, and we used to go and rent it from Video Easy, like on video, and I just really love this movie. It's Miracle on 34th Street. This one is the one with Mara Wilson, the girl that plays Matilda, and she's so young in this movie. She's like maybe like 3 or 4 or 5. Like, she's so young and so cute and still so well spoken and beautiful as ever. And basically this is about her mother who doesn't believe in Santa Claus, and the young daughter doesn't believe in Santa Claus even though she's like 4 years old. And then they meet this old man who then becomes the Santa Claus at the shopping mall that her mum works at. And I'm not going to say any more, but it's just so good. Again, it's set in New York. It's really, like, I've been to New York around that time, so it's really sentimental to me as well, as the nostalgic reasons. But it's a really, really beautiful movie. It's all about love and believing in the unbelievable. It's just amazing. Like, this is in my top 3. There's 2 more, and you're probably gonna guess what they are, but this one's in my top 3 because it is just unmissable. You need to watch it. If there's one out of all of these, apart from the next 2, that you should watch, Miracle on 34th Street. So the next 2, I couldn't really decide which one was my favorite, but I think I've been able to narrow it down. So the top 2, this is not number 1, this is the runner-up, Elf. How can you go past Elf? This is probably the funniest Christmas movie, and Will Ferrell is just hilarious, and it's such a different character for him to play as well, because normally his characters are quite crude and obnoxious, and Buddy the Elf is just the best character ever. There is so many quotable lines in this movie, and if you haven't seen it, I don't know what you've been doing with your life. You should just see this even if it's not Christmas, because it's so bloody funny. Basically, if you haven't seen it, it's about Buddy the Elf who lives in the North Pole, and then he finds out he's not a real elf, and then he was actually a human, even though it's pretty friggin' obvious. He was a baby who crawled into Santa's sack, and he ended up in the North Pole, and he was an orphan, so he had no family, so then they ended up keeping him in the North Pole. And then when he finds out he's human, he goes into New York again, there's a theme here, to find his human family. This is one of the best Christmas movies of all time. It's so funny, so cute, and it's like one of those like super duper festive ones that just makes you want to decorate your whole house. You know, answer the phone saying, Buddy the Elf, what's your favorite color? We quote this all the time around Christmas, so definitely watch this. I cannot wait to watch this. It feels like it's been so long since I've watched it, so super excited to watch it again. And number 1, drumroll, The Grinch. I know a lot of people's favourite's probably Elf, but I just can't go past The Grinch. There's something about this that I loved this movie when I was a kid, and I think that maybe the difference is that Elf came out when I was, I think, in high school, whereas this one came out when I was like a kid in primary school. I just love Dr. Seuss. I love this movie with all my heart. I quote this movie in my day-to-day life, not around Christmas time, but I just love it. I love Cindy Lou Who. But if you haven't seen it, again, it's Jim Carrey, so it's so funny. And he plays the Grinch who stole Christmas. So basically, it is about a green fuzzy man who's not a real man, and he hates Christmas. And then there's Cindy Lou, who is a who, and she also is like feeling a bit flat about Christmas, and then they meet, and then all this stuff happens, and it's really, really funny, really cute, really festive, and I just love it so much. This is an absolute classic movie that I don't think anyone should go a Christmas without watching. And even the song, I have the song on my phone from this movie that Cindy Lou Who sings in her bedroom, even the version of it that's in the credits. Safe to say I'm a little bit obsessed, but The Grinch is the absolute number 1 for me, and I think I might watch this probably more than once. So there we have it. That is my top 10 Christmas movies. So if you haven't seen any of those, I suggest you go out and pick up a copy or watch it online, or Netflix might even have some, I'm not too sure. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Keep an eye out for my upcoming videos. If you're not already subscribed, please do. Then you will get to see all of my other Christmas videos that I'm bringing out for my 12 Days of Taryn series. If you have any suggestions for videos, please don't hesitate to leave them in the comments. And I think that is it for today, so I hope you have a festive rest of your day and you are enjoying these days leading up to Christmas, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!